Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. All right, you're not going to believe this. I already made this video, and when I went to save it, something went wrong. Half a day I worked on it and it was just gone. And so I had to redo the whole video. So it's no longer in the order that it was in. Now it's just in whatever order I was able to re-upload the pictures and the video. So it's going to go back and forth between the real Royals and our two grifters. I'm sorry. Just stick with it, okay? Here we go. All right, it wasn't that long ago that Prince Andrew was stripped of his HRH and his military titles because of the accusations that were made by Miss Giffrey, I believe is how you say it, against Andrew. Andrew settled the case because essentially he didn't want people talking about the case. He wanted people paying attention to his mom for the Platinum Jubilee. So he went ahead and settled. Well, he has now asked the Queen to be reinstated as the Colonel of the Grenadier Guards. Apparently, he's lobbying with the Queen, his mother, as a blooded prince to be restored, which means he will be readmitted to official events alongside other members of the family. He's also been pushing for Eugenie and Beatrice to be made working royals. We already knew that. We've already seen that going on. The colonelcy of the Grenadier Guards apparently was his most coveted title, and he wants it back. Now, he still remains a counselor of state, just like Harry. We already knew that. And he wants his HRH back. And he's pushing because he knows that the Queen has to be the one to do it, because if she doesn't do it, it's never going to happen with Charles, because Charles has already said there's absolutely no way back for him. Well, it wasn't long after that it was being reported Andrew was expected to start making reappearances at the high-profile events as part of the royal family's recognition of the task of starting to support him as he rebuilds his life. As a member of the Order of a Garter, which is the oldest and most senior order of chivalry in the UK, the Duke will attend the Garter Day service at Windsor Castle on Monday the 13th. And there you go. And now it's come out that Prince Andrew has pulled out of the Order of the Garter ceremony because Charles and William lobbied the Queen amid fears that he could be booed, and they don't want him back, essentially. Now, while he's pulled out of the public aspects of the ceremony, he will still attend the private lunch with the Queen and other members of the order. He was given the honor of being a member of the Order of the Garter by the Queen years ago, and apparently he still has that. It's being reported that Prince Charles is being prominent among those who feel he has to be kept at arm's length because he's trying to protect the monarchy, which is completely understandable. His demand to return to duty is outrageous. It shows he's not concerned about what happened with the court case. He was found not guilty. He never went to court, but he's guilty in public opinion. That's all. Well, a cause of celebration for the Queen, because as of the June 12th, she has officially reigned the same length of time as the second longest reigning monarch. So now she is the second longest reigning monarch of all time. The longest reigning monarch of all time was King Louis of France, who reigned from 1643 to 1715 for a total of 26,407 days. That is a long time to reign. The Queen has reigned for 25,694 days. So she has 713 days to go to beat the record. I think she'll do it. All right, the picture above is Queen Victoria during her Diamond Jubilee, because that's as far as she got. I think the Queen's going to break the record. I do. I think she's going to make it. I'm so excited. All right, moving on. All right, next up, this picture. Somebody said to me that they thought that was a microphone wire. Somebody else said that was Meghan's hair. I think it's a piece of yarn or string. But here's the video. Look at it for yourself. Tell me what you think. I think that they were using like some sort of yarn, brown yarn or something to wrap around her hair to try to keep it where it's supposed to be. Either that or that's the world's worst hair extension, in my opinion. Okay, now while we're still talking about Harry and Meghan, take a look at this picture above. Harry is looking to the right. He looks very angry. Meghan is looking to the left. She absolutely will not look to the right. So here's a video of it. Take a look at Harry's face and his jaw, okay? Watch this. Here's what Harry was looking at and what Meghan was refusing to look at. Watch this. Now here comes the best part. Catherine and William are shaking everybody's hand, as they're leaving. And you got to look at the back of the line, and there's Harry and Meghan. And you can clearly see that Harry is staring at them, making comments to Meghan, going back to staring at them. Watch this. So when I see articles like this that Harry and Meghan will not even be newsworthy in a few years, I completely agree. Because everything they do is so commercialized, it's predictable. All the money donated is money given from other people. They never donate their own money. They preach to us about the environment. Don't take jets, and then they get on a jet. I mean, they held the kids back so there would be some excitement when you finally saw them. But I don't feel anything when I see them anymore. I feel pity for those poor kids. Really. There's nothing newsworthy about them. They're already there as far as I can tell. And now the stories are coming out that William feels let down by Harry and Meghan. And totally understandable. The family opened their arms to Meghan. The two of them crapped all over the family. The two of them leaked personal stuff that was going on. Then they complained about him on Oprah. Then they complained about him on Jack Shepherd. Then they complained about them on the Me You Can't See. Of course, William feels let down. All right, moving on to Camilla. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, will appear in the first episode of a new Commonwealth-themed podcast. It's called the Commonwealth Poetry Podcast, and it's hosted by award-winning podcaster Giles Brandreth and his daughter Afra. And they will be releasing 54 half-hour episodes over the next 2 years. And in each episode, there'll be a new guest, and it will explore the poetry, heritage, and people of each of the 54 countries of the Commonwealth. Rwanda is going to be the next one that's released. And Camilla said it was a lot of fun. I think it was a great idea. I wish I knew how to log on and listen. All right, so there's a problem in the UK with immigrants. They're arriving illegally under a deal signed by Interior Minister Priti Patel, and that people that come in are deported to Rwanda. Apparently, Prince Charles described the approach of how they're handling it as horrifying and expressed opposition several times, but he was speaking personally. Remember, he's not a ruler yet. Once he's a ruler, then he's not allowed to stick his nose into this sort of thing. Nigel Farage, who is a British broadcaster and a former politician who led the UK Independent Party. He was a leader of the Brexit Party. He was a member of the European Parliament. Basically told Prince Charles that unless he wants to destroy the monarchy, he should probably stop talking. So race baiter Dr. Shola jumped right into the fray and stated, quote, "More of this from Prince Charles if the monarchy wants to be relevant and survive to the next century." Now, why is Dr. Shola jumping into this? Well, it should be blatantly obvious, and I'm going to say it anyway, because the people they're deporting are black. But why would she want them to stay in the UK? Because she claims the UK is a horrible place and it's racist and people hate blacks there, so she says. So I don't understand why she wants them to stay there. As a matter of fact, I don't know why she stays. She's always slamming the UK, the country that opened its arms to her and gave her the opportunities that she's had, and she slams it at every turn. So I don't know about their deal, but maybe she should leave the UK. Just saying. All right, moving on to this next story. This really... William and Kate made no effort to introduce their children to Lilibet. Okay, here's what actually went on. When they were watching Trooping the Color, and they were all up in the windows and all the kids were there, Harry and Meghan could have brought Archie and Lilibet to meet the kids at that point. They didn't want to bring the children because the truth is they like their victimhood. They didn't want the kids mingling. What they were trying to do was force the royal family out to Frogmore so they could get photos. You will never be able to convince me that she would not have taken pictures of the Cambridge children with her children and immediately put them out. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way that William and Catherine were going to put their kids in that position. And beyond that, they were already supposed to go to, I believe it was Wales they went to. And Harry and Meghan knew that. Yeah, total fail. So if they really wanted the kids to meet each other, they could have brought the kids to Trooping the Color, but they didn't. So that story needs to be swung the other direction. All right, moving on. All right, this I just need to throw out there. They're saying that Harry and Meghan and the kids only spent 15 minutes with the Queen, that it was extremely formal, that, pictures were a no-no, and it wasn't all that in a bag of chips. Now, Omid Scobie's reporting that there were several meetings, but apparently that, again, is incorrect and untrue. All right, moving on. All right, next up, Jojo March pointed out that the Sun Lounger that was shown at the birthday party, the supposed birthday party for Lilibet, was the same Sun Lounger that was in the backyard of her house in Toronto. And how did it get to the UK, etc., etc.? Well, here's the thing. First of all, she put a lot of her stuff in the UK in storage, and it sat there until she moved. That's the first thing. Second of all, I think if you look closely, you'll see it's not the same lounger. I believe the cushions are the same, but I believe the lounger is different. Here's a close-up, absolute squares, as you can see, square metal. And here's the lounger that was in her backyard in Toronto. And here's the lounger close up, and as you can see, it's rectangles now, so I don't think it's the same lounger. All right, moving on. Next up, we have Sophie, the Countess of Wessex. She opened the Royal Windsor Flower Show. She cut a cake decorated with fresh flowers and the royal coat of arms, which was baked in joint celebration of the 130th anniversary of the Royal Windsor RHS and the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. All right, next up, do you guys remember about 2 weeks ago I showed you Prince Charles at the knighting ceremony? And apparently the Majesty's equerry is the Marine Lieutenant Colonel. We all know who he is. Say it with me. It's our bit of buff, Johnny Thompson. All right, how many of you have ever heard this man talk? Would you like to? Thank you to Meghan's mole. Watch this.
It's the second time for the Royal Regiment of Scotland. The last time the Argylls and Sutherland Highlanders were on parade was 1988 in Windsor, and then prior to that, 1979. So there's a real historical link, and it's nice to be able to fly the flag for Royal Regiment of Scotland in London.
I am a sucker for an accent. That's how my husband won me over, because he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. All right, moving on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Harry and Meghan are absolutely back in the United States. Harry immediately went to play polo. I have to be honest, you guys, and tell you that other than being a puppet figurehead, which we all know he is, all he has literally in his life is polo. That's it. He's got nothing else, absolutely nothing else. It's really quite sad when you think about it, seriously. So Harry played his little heart out and they lost. The team lost. Anyway, I don't know what the hell was going on with him. He was like posing for Backridge, the paparazzi for hire was there. It was the weirdest thing. He was like striking poses. I don't know if he was stretching. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Yeah, it was just very odd. I also noticed the poochy belly. For somebody who's supposed to be in such good physical shape, I think he's eating too much American all-you-can-eat at the Sizzler. Diet. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Montecito Press, the local newspaper where they live, put out a story. I was absolutely stunned. And what it says is, the relevancy of Montecito's resident Duke and Duchess appears to be diminishing at the same rate as wokeism. Shocker. It says, if their recent visit to London for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee proved anything, it's that the British royal family is more popular than ever and has moved on mightily, despite the efforts of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to soil the royals' image by laying the family's dirt laundry on the Oprah Winfrey special for all to hear. The Duke's new nickname might as well be Second Row Harry, based on the seating arrangements for a Thanksgiving service inside St. Paul's Cathedral, upon which the Duke and Duchess were booed by spectators. And this article goes on and on and on. I'm shocked because this was done by the people that supposedly have welcomed them into their community and, embrace them with open arms and all of this stuff. I mean, it's just shocking. Yes. They even went on to say, it is thought by royal insiders Harry's memoir, for which Random House has not yet announced a release date, may be the final nail in a coffin that seals shut any chance of reconciliation or resurrection to a royal existence. Unbelievable. Way to go for whoever wrote this article. He also said that they were wondering if Harry is beginning to feel like the character Tom Hanks portrayed in the movie Castaway, judging by the expression he wore on his face when he arrived at the Santa Barbara airport. And then there's the problem of reconciling a green stance with their desire for personal comfort. That's right. And they said, but just like other sham greeneries, Al Gore and Prince Albert of Monaco, the Duke leaves a huge carbon footprint as he travels the world by private jet, lecturing people on why they should not drive their car to work but take a bus instead. A pretense posture of don't practice what you preach. You guys need to find this article and read it. And these are the people that have that are living around him. Okay, I had to show you this, guys. Finn goes for training, and the place where he goes for training put this picture up, and it says, Finn woke up this morning and decided that he was going to learn all of the things. Just look at how focused he is. Teacher's favorite. Yes, that is my fabulous Finn. I just love that dog. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, I want your comments. There's so much to cover. What do you think about Charles' comments? What do you think about Harry going home? What do you think about them claiming that William and Catherine didn't go out of their way to introduce their children to Harry's children? There's just so much. But I want all of your comments, so leave them below. Don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed. You can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. To those who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.